All right, let's keep going. So I think I know everyone here today, which is great. So I'm sure you guys have all sat through a bunch of editing videos. For dog photography, it's a little more complicated than nature or commercial or portrait. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of foreground stuff to be looked at. There's a lot of midground, and there's a lot of background stuff. So what I thought I would do is this is not to teach you how to use Lightroom or Photoshop, how to manage your catalog, how to import. You guys know that already. But what I'd like to do is kind of go through some of the culling process. The plan would be is I want you guys to tell me if you think it's a keeper or a reject and why. So I want to start building that critical eye to your imagery when it comes to pets and their parents, um, to start looking for the critical eye and selecting what would be something you would want to continue to edit and that you'd want to actually present to someone. Does that sound like a good plan? You guys can raise your hands or unmute for a second, or
Sounds good to me.
okay. Peter, does that work for you as well?
Yes. Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Then once we make our selects, what I'm going to do is do the same thing and ask you guys, how would you edit this image? And we're going to go through that. So this is my set. We're going to go through some of your set as well. Let me minimize this. The reason I'm not on camera is pretty clear because I'm in my blankie in the basement. So there's really nothing to look at here. I'm not being a professional, being at the desk. I've already culled through some of mine. Um, and I've started to edit some of them. And one of the reasons why is I want to kind of show you what an edit would look like and why I made those decisions. So I usually just kind of start at the beginning, and let's go ahead and have you guys unmute. Carino, if you could uh, turn down your speaker just a little bit, maybe we won't get the feedback. Maybe that's the problem. All right. Thoughts on this image? Keeper, not keeper?
I wouldn't keep this off right off the bat
Okay.
because
And
there's a real bright background right there.
okay. Bright background. Okay. How's the
Yeah.
puppy?
Um, he's okay. He's a little underexposed.
Okay.
You'd have to do a lot of work on the branches sticking out of his face.
Yeah. Okay. Are those easily corrected though?
Yeah,
They
probably.
can be with some work.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How's the puppy? Just facial expression, eyes, look,
Not looking at the photographer.
not looking at the
Like
photographer.
that looks like he's looking at somebody else.
Okay.
Is
Yep.
that a bad thing? I guess is my question.
Not
Yes. Same question.
okay. So if you were my wife, you would go, it's a horrible thing. Okay. But you guys aren't my wife. Um, I actually don't think it's a horrible thing. I think that there's a time and place to have puppies stare off. They may be looking at squirrels. They may be looking at the environment. They may be looking at another relative. Uh, you know, it's okay. On this one, I decided to keep it with some work, and you can see the crop that I did, right? And that's the thing I want to start off with. Even though I've selected this so far, doesn't mean it'll be a final image. And I do the opposite of 95% of all photographers out there that will tell you don't crop until the very end. I can't work that way. Okay. I like to see, is it going to be a vertical? Is it going to be a horizontal? Is it going to be a square? Is it going to be a 16 by 9? I need to be able to visualize where I'm going, and the best place for me to start is by crop. Okay. So we'll come back to that. This image, here's the original image. Keeper, not keeper.
Keeper.
Okay.
I would second that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd keep it.
So this one I haven't decided yet, but it looks pretty decent, right? I have, what I'm looking at here really is I'm starting to look at, is the nose sharp? Yes or no? Yes. Are the eyes sharp? Yes. Do we see
Mhm.
both eyes? Are the ears up? Okay. Now with Harley, it was very hard with Harley because yeah, her ears wouldn't go up. She has got little teeny ears. Okay. There's probably a technical name for that. Okay.
Any years.
Yeah, pinned ears. This one,
No.
okay. Anything to be saved in this image?
If you're
Um,
really hurting for an image, you could
No,
cut
there's
the
nothing.
dog out.
I could fix this, but everyone's looking off in a weird direction. He looks upset. Okay. Here's the original image on this. This is pretty much the same image, just a little more. And I will do a lot of this, just little head tilts, little head positions, eye tilts, ears, right? This is a stronger image.
yeah.
Yep.
The puppy is more in a curious position than like, why are we here position? Okay. Keeper, not keeper.
No.
That's where I ended up. Even though I like the premise, no. Again, no. Okay, that's obviously a
That
no.
one. That's a keeper.
This is a keeper.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a keeper. Okay. And luckily, you guys are going to come up to one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my whole, and this is fantastic. It's going to be a you know what to clean up, but remember when we hit it, you'll see it. And I saw it in the field and I thought it was something and it wasn't something. And now it's a big mess in my images and you'll see it coming up. Okay. So let's look at this one. We got some clipping here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right up here in the ear.
Yep.
So the question is, if we did want to save this, right, what could we do? Okay. Uh, what I will do is I'll immediately come in here, select him. So we're only really adjusting him. And everyone's worked with masks.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So if you haven't worked with masks, please let me know. What I will come in here is, and sometimes I hate having the thing on, and I'll come in and zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you see this line right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is a total clip line.
Yeah.
This, right? This is most likely not savable. Okay. And what I would probably do is come in here and see if there's anything in there. I don't like to play with the whites too much because what happens is it grays the puppy out. I'll look at the highlights. This is, unless you replace the whole ear or you start going to Photoshop and you start recreating the ear hair from here. Okay. And actually, this would probably be an okay ear swap. Okay. You've got a really nice ear here. Okay. You don't need all the ear, and we're not going to do an ear swap today. Right. Has everyone swapped something before?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this would be a candidate for an ear swap. Initially I would go on this image, it's not worth it. Right? It's just not worth it. Okay. Same with this image. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and reject this. I'm going to reject that. Um, again, cute image, but what does it say? It's not blown out. Okay, you see the detail there? Again, I would probably reject it. And of course, what I do, I told you guys in the
Yep.
field.
Yep.
Okay. It's okay because actually, uh, the right, I'll use the word member or male parts, whatever, are very small compared to some other dogs. And sometimes it's just like, oh my God, I gotta remove the whole thing. It's like, how did I not see that? All right, this one was a reject from my perspective. Okay. Thoughts on this?
It's a little
No.
blurry.
Yeah, I would pass.
So
Although
I
eyes are good. No, no, eyes blurry.
now I can fix blurry. Okay. So while I do want sharp, if this was an image that I couldn't do without, I'd be in Topaz fixing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I have saved many of an image. Okay, but I would agree. Okay. Now, what's wrong with this image? I'll give you 10 seconds.
Besides Harley,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, the owner is concentrating on the dog. You got a lot of road debris on on her knees.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, why the blank? So I thought this was a tattoo when I first saw it, but because I wasn't paying attention, I did ask her to take off the
Yeah.
pouch, take the cell phone out of the back pocket. I should have mentioned that we don't have soles facing the camera, right? I didn't see any of this. Now, there are some images here that I think are okay. I'm going to be cleaning this up. So part of our
Yep.
editing process tonight, if we choose one of these images, okay. Um, Plus, we'd also want to do a little bit of skin retouching, right? Takes care of some of this, right? We'd probably, I don't mind Harley in some of these because and you'll see, leashes out front, okay? Um, the background's not horrible, right? But now it comes to the question of this series, what is the best image out of this series, knowing that we've got 20 minutes of work here, okay? Or at least 15. Okay. So let's just go through these and let me ask you guys which ones would you keep? Let's just keep one. That's a reject. That's a reject. We don't want Harley half. Now we could remove Harley if we really like the face. Okay. So what am I looking at here? Okay. The first thing I'm going to, this has a human female in it. So who's buying these images? The dogs or the female?
female. Mhm.
The female.
The one
And
with a job.
the one with the job. Okay. It could be a male, but she's a female and her name's Sierra. Okay. So I go straight to her and like, is she looking great or is she not looking great? Okay. Then I'll go to the dogs. Okay. So in reality, probably not gonna buy that. Right. Again, facial expression. Yeah, you could go in a photo, change the facial expression. This one's not horrible, right? Could we work with this
Yep.
if we had to?
Probably. I think you had a better one coming up though.
Yeah. This one, she looks like she's gritting her teeth, and the dog's like looking off in La La Land. Okay. Um, again, really no connection, right? We're looking for connection. At least 2 points, touching and eyes, or two other physical points. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. Sort of okay. I'm gonna keep going because she,
There you go. Kinda.
yeah,
Getting there.
okay. Closer. Now I gave her some direction here. Okay. Right. And
I was just going to ask you.
I think Pete, you gave her some directions or you captured some stuff as well. This one was a yes from my perspective. Okay. Um, she may not like it, but I think it's close. At least they're looking at each other. They aren't in the tongue embrace.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
There,
Oh,
there's a tongue embrace. Now, normally I would not present that. Okay. And there's a couple of them. For some reason, in this case, because it's so funny, I may present it. Right. So these two I thought were fairly good keepers. Okay. This one I've edited. And we'll talk about why I chose this edit and see what you guys would do different. Okay. This one I didn't like. Her mouth was open. Not good. Um,
I like that one better.
you like this one better? Yeah, I have that selected. I'm not so sure about her. I like the tongue. Yeah, it's may present a couple, right?
Yeah, it's not quite as,
This one I think is good.
yeah.
This is probably the best one. Okay.
the safest one.
The yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Neither one has a little too much
Yeah, too much
going
tongue.
on.
This covered this covered her whole mouth where the other one didn't. So
Yeah.
that was a no. Pulling away. We're done. Okay. Keeper, not keeper. Next.
He's kind of
Considering
tilted away.
He's
considering
like,
some of the struggles that we had trying to get three of them in there, yeah, I'd like to look at all three of the series we have with the three and see which one is or isn't the best.
so there's the series. So we'll go
Oh,
one,
Isn't this the one we talked about moving the dog over?
yep, two, three.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good one.
So
That one. That
I
one.
I like
picked
that
40,
one.
I picked 45. Uh, I like this one because her body was a little closer just by hair. Okay. So on this one, right, we've got this angle here where it looks like he's pulling away, like, but he's happy. He's relaxed. It's just the way he's sitting and her knees right there. Um, with some surgery, we could take him and place him right here. Get rid of her leg. Bring him just a little behind Harley here, right? Cover that gap. Okay. Um, now, as a professional photographer, I would not do that work ahead of time. I would present this to a client if I really felt strongly about it and say, this is what I could do with this image if you like. Okay. So,
That's before actually doing it, right?
yep.
Okay.
What do you guys think about this image? Here's the original.
I like it.
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay.
That's character.
Yeah.
Not sure I love it, but I think it's feasible. Okay. You got some harsh light up here, which I don't mind. It's not blown out. The ear's a little soft, which is fine. I really don't care about, I wish the depth of field, I was very close, right? So I was f8, 500 ISO, 35 millimeter. Where was I? Okay, I was at 35 millimeter. Okay. It's definitely savable, and I think it's presentable. Okay. Um, There's nothing gross in the mouth. Okay. This was a reject. Now I could come in, make this a square. I like square dog faces. Something tight. Then I have to take this bag out, which I really don't like. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with it. I thought this was a better image.
Yeah.
And it's close, but we're gonna have to clean up the houses anyhow. Okay. Um, it was more railing, it was more bench. So it wasn't like a fantastically interesting background that's gonna tell a big story. Um, so I just kind of thought, hey, it's all about my goofy face. Okay. Um, all right. So let's take a look at what we think are options here. And then I want to go and show you, and then we'll get to some of your guys's here in a moment. So let me pull this out and see which one I started to edit already. Can't remember which one I started to edit. Let's see here. I want to edit this one. Oh, you know what? It was in a different, it was the client's one I did. Uh, Actually, let's go to the client one real quick. And I created an example of an edit I was, so this is, you like my picture?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, that's Andy taking pictures of dogs, you know. Uh, oh yeah, this is the one I was. Okay, yeah, this is the image I was editing. Hold on. Let me unselect here. Okay. So this is, stop it, go away. This, where is it? Okay. This is Sandy and Charlie. Charlie has prostate cancer. This was literally the other day. Okay. Uh, and I want you to look at this image. Okay. I chose this as a keeper. Okay. Um, why may have kept this as a keeper?
You're asking why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like their facial expressions.
Okay. She was very uncomfortable throughout the whole shoot. It's just her personality. She doesn't love the way she looks. She's very timid and very, very kind of like what's the term? Not shy, but
Introverted?
yeah, she just does, yeah, she just doesn't like being in front of the camera, right?
Yeah. I understand.
Self-confidence, right? Just not self-confident, doesn't, yeah, doesn't like it. So we don't have big, fantastic, lovely smiles with her. Uh, if I can actually get her to buy an image, that'll be amazing. Okay. Um, with her in the image. Okay. So my question to you is, here's the original picture. Okay. I want to talk about how you may clean this image up. We're going to come back to the other set in a moment, and we're going to do the same thing, but I've already kind of done some work on this. And I want to walk you through how you would edit this image. What's the first thing you would do? And it's a trick question, by the way.
It's a question.
It's a
I just
trick
look.
question.
I always look at my histogram first.
Okay. How's the histogram?
Little
Mm,
underexposed.
Yeah, a little blown out there. A little blown out there. We don't care about that. Okay. There is a 45-degree softbox, 8200 right here. Okay. As you can tell, if you can't really tell, All I've done so far is just auto exposure. Okay. Okay. The first thing I will do on these images is look at the ISO 500. Okay. I have a tendency to at least, especially now since the denoise in Photoshop is or Lightroom is so good, I will at least denoise anything over 100 or 200. Sometimes, and I'll just leave it at 50. And I'll zoom in, I'll kind of look at where the noise is, right? The noise will be all over the image, but do we really care about a lot of noise in the background? No.
Nope.
But do we have enough light and a lot of noise on the actual clothing, arm, face, nose? Does it look very noisy? Okay, there's the noise off. I'll come in and I'll just leave it there. Okay. But the next thing I said that I do a lot of times is I'll do an auto, right? Just an auto correct. And then what every photographer will tell you not to do is don't crop. I can't do that. I have to crop it. I get yelled at by my mentor. What do you guys think about the crop? Because I made decisions. Oh, and I level it. So what I also do is I'll come in and do an auto level. Actually, I didn't agree with the auto level, and I'll explain that. Why did I make the crop the way I did?
Well, it got
She's
rid
laying
of it.
down.
And the dark trees don't do anything for it on the sides. There's nothing outside of that crop that would add to that photo.
Do you see what I've done here?
Split the tree, or try to.
I
Vague.
used it as an anchor,
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
that anchors it.
right? Just a teeny anchor, a little interest. Because we don't want this thing was going to come in anyhow, so we didn't want just like to be like that. We could come right over to here too. Maybe with a little bit of grass there. That's okay. I don't mind that. Okay. Where did I put them?
The bottom third.
Kind of the middle third, actually.
I see the ground has 2/3 of the
Yeah.
frame and the sky has 1/3.
So I'm using a 5x7. What happens to her leg?
Gone.
Cut off there.
Or, right? So if we start coming in here and looking at putting her on the lines.
You'd
Yeah,
have
these.
you would
Oh, go
have to
ahead.
crop in tighter. I mean, there was a version where you had cropped in pretty tight, kind of mid body on both of them. That was
Exactly.
okay, but this is
Yeah. The minute you go to a 16x9, if they're gonna frame it, if it's not a metal
uh
or a canvas, to get frames for this is very pain in the butt.
yep.
So I try not to do 16x9. Okay. Unless it absolutely calls for it and I know what they're gonna put it in. Okay. So and I'd have to readjust here a little bit but it's okay. But what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to cut off the feet. So they're like here or here or here, too close to the edge. And I wanted that anchor point of that tree. The foreground grass really doesn't matter. I'm going to darken that up probably. So that's the choices there. Okay. Now, what did I edit beyond that? Okay. And you'll start to see, okay. I will usually take it to Photoshop. Okay. Look at the original image. What did I Photoshop?
White building.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yep,
All the
got rid-
background
Mhm.
distractions.
Those two white things back there.
And I eventually get rid of that other white thing in another edit. Okay. Is she leaning too far is she crooked? Is she leaning downhill?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I still think she's leaning a little bit downhill. But as one of my mentors will always tell me, the background's got to be level. Well, in this case, it is a hill. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
level. I'm not going to level it, right? All I want to make sure is that she's not leaning so far in her shoulder that it looks unnatural. And I usually try to make sure that if we have one person or one dog that has eyes that are level, she's at an angle. So as long as the eyes are level, which I think the eyes are level, it doesn't look unnatural. I may come back and adjust just a teeny bit because you don't want to turn his head all of a sudden where he's now looking upwards. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. Um, Now she's a female. So what did I do?
Fixed her skirt.
Let's let's come in here. Okay. Let's look at her hands, her skin. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. Let me get out of this mode. I don't. Let me try to I never remember how to show them side by side perfectly.
Oh, you select both of them, and there's like an XY option somewhere.
Yeah.
I know you can select both from, go to library and push C. And go to library and push C.
Oh, there's your little XY. There you go.
Okay. So one says an embedded view, but her skin's been softened.
Yep.
Okay. Just a little bit. The wrinkles have been pulled out a little bit. The veins have been pulled out a little bit. But she still has contour to her face, right? I didn't like make her look too, she still has bags, right? I still may clean up a little bit of this here, right? Uh, I have in one of the later images, I've cleaned up some gray hair. Okay. Uh, yeah, one of the later images, I take out this hump. I take out some of this. I take out oh, those are actually paws. And her skirt's way wrinkled. Okay. So in this case, it's a little cleaner than this. Okay. So how do I get out of that mode?
Just push C again.
Oh, okay. There you go. So
There you go.
here
Then go
is,
back to develop.
yeah. Here was the final, where I got to the final edit. I actually kind of like the tree a little bit more exposed now since I look at it. Okay. So I've cleaned up a bunch of the hair. I took the big bump out. I would probably spend a little more time smoothing her clothes, right? Just making this a little cleaner. Um, the hands don't stick out as much to soften the skin. I whiten the eyes a little bit. Okay.
Would you go in and brighten the dog's eyes a little?
I have not touched the pup yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you will be amazed of how much you don't have to do to their dog. If they look like crap, they're going to go right past the image. So that's why I spend, a lot of time here, and I'll kind of show you what I'll do on the puppy and some of the other images. Um, I don't mind the white here. It's not blown out. It's natural. The tail's not. Yeah, I think she'll be pleased with this image. This over here, my goal was just make it so it's not distracting. Okay. Does it make a ton of sense if you're a botanist or something like that? Probably not. I may clean, there's a little shelf here, like a fence top or something. I may come and play in here just a little bit more, just to make sure it looks a little different. Um, so there's some of the thought process. Okay. And when I zoom in, one of the things I do with editing, and you can see the noise here, which is fine, is I will literally go, right? Reality, if I was printing this spot would be removed here. It's too bright. Okay. This spot would probably be removed. This spot, this spot, this spot, this spot, those spots. Probably some of these. Because when you print them, they will stand out and you're like, oh my God. They stand out a lot. I usually try not to have white along the edge. So a lot of times I'll come in here and try to make sure there's no white along the edge. And I will come all the way down through here. Now, a lot of pet photographers and other outdoor photographers would go, I don't like this brown spot. Or the grass is too green. Or there's 3 different shades of grass. That's what it was, man. Just leave it. And I may darken this up a little bit, but I don't care that there's a brown spot there. The grass was brown. Not everything has to be perfect. I'll leave these little imperfections back here. If there's something around the feet, legs, around the dog that's distracting, they'll be gone. Or something right here like this, but it's not distracting in my mind. Okay. Anything else you guys would edit?
No, I may put a linear gradient like in that back bright area and tint it towards a warm color.
So let's take this out here and let's come back here. Let's come in and look at, and do we want to intersect that with something?
Or we could just subtract the subject.
Okay, subtract the subject. Okay, looks like it's still on our face. Actually, hold on. I think I said intersect with subject. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you intersected.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, let me go ahead and subtract it. Okay. And you want to bring that exposure up a little bit?
I'll bring a tint, make it a little bit warmer, and then just bringing the highlight down just a little bit. It's getting kind of green now, it looks like.
Yeah. So this is kind of, so we don't want blue. Okay. A little more warmth there. Let's see what we do. A lot of times I'll come all the way up, I'll come all the way down, and then I will bring it until it feels right. Tell me when to stop.
Good. Back down a little bit. Right there.
Okay. I may come in, and I haven't done any of this yet, but I may come in and do and they just enhanced linear gradients, and I haven't played with the new enhancements yet. There's some new options to have a split linear gradient. Is, and I may change the color of the grass here. And this grass isn't important, right? This has nothing to do with the subject.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it wasn't too bright in the first place. I may come in with I'll come back here. Do we need a radial gradient over here to darken this area?
Yeah, maybe on the left side.
What do other people think?
Try it.
Hmm.
I sometimes I'll just try stuff, and if
Yeah.
I don't like it, quick undo.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Let me get out of my mode here. I'm gonna flip it. Maybe a little dark. Is she separated well enough? So I
Yeah.
think Ellen, correct?
Elaine.
Elaine?
Huh?
Elaine?
Elaine, I knew.
Yeah.
God, sorry. Just slap, just slap me virtually. It's okay.
It'd be the first time I was called Ellen. You're good.
I know. Well, Carino told me the proper, and then I of course said it wrong.
It's all good.
Does she stand out enough? Is
Yes,
she enough
yes.
separate?
Um, yeah, I think so.
Or you could put like a vignette too, a small vignette on there, make her really stand out a little bit more.
So I be
I wouldn't do a vignette on the image. I feel like I would more maybe select the subject and maybe brighten it up a bit. Because I feel like the background is already dark enough. If you
Yeah.
put a vignette on it, you're gonna really, there's a black spot in the upper left corner that you're really gonna lose.
Make it darker.
Yeah. So
So yeah, I would maybe,
I'm gonna take this
ooh, that looks unnatural.
too bright.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
So
I think it's fine.
I think it's
Yeah.
fine. Let's talk about puppy's eyes. Okay. So here's my cheat code. Okay. Do we have catch lights?
Yes.
Hmm.
Do we have any weird things coming out? Anything we need to clean up?
No eye boogers.
No eye boogers, no tear duct problems, no cataracts. Um,
I think for an older dog, they look pretty good.
so here's my cheat code. One, two, teeny bit more of exposure, just a teeny bit. And if I was being really, really anal, and I wanted to be, okay, everyone's worked in Photoshop before.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll show you the lazy way that I do this. Yes, I'm supposed to go ahead and create another layer and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, this is nothing I'm on the remove tool. Okay. Sorry if I'm making you sick. Okay. This line here is the white of the eye. I'm
Hmm.
okay. At first I thought it wasn't, but I think it is.
And
Uh,
fake the rest of it in.
no, I don't. No, because rarely we've got catch lights. That's it,
Yep.
right? The dog has really dark eyes. Okay. This had an AD 200 on it at probably 1/16th power, maybe 1/32nd, right? A lot of dogs, like I could come in here in the iris and try to make those all exist and pull that out, and I can show you. We'll do that. Okay. 95% of the time I will leave it. Um, but I'll look at just a few distracting things. Like, so this is the light, this is sky, right? I might come in the tear dot tear. Yeah, I might come in on that. Okay. pull out. Okay. Yeah. I'll look at the nose. Like sometimes I'll take little spots off the nose. Okay. She had a big old food spot here earlier. You didn't see it, but I took it out. Okay. So I will come in here. I will detail around. Should I whiten her teeth? What's
I
your
don't
Yeah.
think
thought?
so.
I don't think so.
If I have strays of hair that are like cockeyed all over the place, I'll eliminate them.
Oh man, you wouldn't want me involved in anything.
Why? Because you'll be like fixing every single hair.
No, because mine just kind of goes everywhere.
Okay, well that's there's a point in diminishing returns. So yeah, I missed that one. Uh, let me show you a quick trick back in Lightroom that my headshot photographer. So I think I'm good with that. I'm coming back. Uh, here's the new one, maybe. Okay, make sure we're on the new one. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to come back in again and I'm going to mask. I'm going to people detect. I'm going to go ahead and grab the teeth. And I've already done the eyes, but the same thing that I do on the teeth, I do on the whites of the eyes as well, the sclera. But I'm not going to select it because her eyes are white enough. Okay. I'm going to create the mask. Has anyone ever played with this little hidden little thing here called custom?
No.
I'd
Not
never
really.
I'd never seen it until I started doing headshots. Look
Hmm.
what look what it allows you to do for that particular area. But there's a thing called teeth whitening down here and a softened skin light, which I'm not doing because I use
And
Devoto.
an iris enhance. Look at all that.
Yeah,
I,
so
I used the teeth whitening today on one of the photos that I edited that you have.
yeah. So, and then there's an amount slider here, right? So now they're gray. Okay. We don't want gray. There's the original. They still look gray. I'm probably going to add um, I'm going to turn it off for a second. Her teeth are kind of hard because they're gray, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to come in. You got to be real careful because people will notice. And I usually try to take things so they don't notice. She put lipstick on right before the event. I'm not going to enhance her lipstick. She's not a huge makeup person. Okay, let's move on. Okay. There's some thought process. Okay. Good.
Looks nice.
All right. Oh, let me just show you. I don't think I've collated this whole thing yet. No. Let me come. This is the thing we forgot to do yesterday.
Great card.
I warned you guys we need to go shoot gray
Oh,
cards. We got to shoot gray cards. I got home. I'm like, we didn't shoot one gray card.
Now
Bad,
you tell me.
bad instructor. Uh, let's see here. So these are probably some of my favorite. Is this one I edited? Yeah, he even looks a little green now. So one of the techniques that I use is I will come back a couple days later. I'll do my initial edit. I'll come back and go, do I like the initial edit? Okay. So here was the before, here was the after. Is there anything distracting in the background?
Maybe on the right hand side, there's kind of a light spot. next to that branch.
Right here.
Yeah.
What about this?
Yeah, that's a little
Um,
light there too.
yeah. I mean I would darken down that whole fence section over there, but I see what you're saying about the that post or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Um, but
I tried to remove the whole thing. It came out really, the blend of the way it came out did not work well, and you could absolutely really tell it was taken out. So I tried to darken it a little bit. I may still play with it. And yeah, this I saw the other day, and I'd probably just put a radio gradient over there. All right, let's get out of here, get back to our pictures. All right. So what I thought we would do is let's quickly, okay, so let's quickly go through these as a group and say keeper, not keeper, and then we're going to pick one to edit, and we're going to look at some that were edited. Okay. Um, Carino, was this one of your edited ones?
I think was that the ones that I sent that were shared?
Yes, this is your JPEG one.
Yeah, then that's maybe
Okay. So I'm a fairly direct person. If you don't like direct, please hang up the call. Um, it's the only way that, luckily I've had really direct mentors, and the only way to really learn is by getting feedback. What do people see in this image? Do they like the image? Is this a keeper?
I like it.
And what would
yeah,
you what would you want to, do you see something off in the image?
the white balance is off.
Okay. Carino, did you put like a preset or a filter on this?
not a filter. What I did was I put the a mask on the subjects and then just darkened the background,
Oh,
brought the background down.
okay.
And
So
then there's a vignette on there too.
you didn't use any of the presets?
No,
Okay. Because it almost has a, so the first thing that I'm gonna do here, and um,
it's my personal preset.
okay. So what I'm gonna do here, and then we're just gonna move on real quickly, is I know this is a JPEG, but puppies look blue and a little magenta. And it takes experience. Trust me. I still have today, I'll get on the phone with Margaret and she goes, "That's a beautiful image, but your white balance is off or your color's off. And why do you have?" I'm like, "I don't see it." She goes, "Correct it." And then study it. To get an eye to see this stuff is just not easy. Okay. So this puppy was really white. Okay. So a lot of times, like 95% of the times, if I haven't shot a gray card, okay, or a color checker, and I should have mentioned this earlier, is I'll come do the picker, and something I know is supposed to be gray or something supposed to be white. Oh, look at that. Turn that puppy green.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't happy with that, was it?
So one tip that I learned from a class was like when you're using your color picker like that, look
Yep.
for something that's at least like
Right.
94 or 95% white.
Yep. Too white.
Maybe his ear, the other ear. Yeah, maybe. Ooh,
Still adding green.
yeah.
Yeah. So at minimum, what I'm going to do is go ahead and do auto. Okay. And in this case, do we feel it's too magenta or do we feel that it is too blue? How do we feel as a
Now
collective?
you got me.
So let's
I
just,
don't know.
I feel like the white is got a bluish tint to it.
yeah. So what I will do is, and a lot of times I'll use the mixer colors. Okay. How you guys feel about that?
Use a little eyeball there, so the before and after. Yeah, what is what a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it still looks green, doesn't it?
A little bit, but not that much. Could be fixed. But yeah, big difference.
Two magenta, two green. So one of the things I will do sometimes is we actually, well, we shot a gray card, but not in the right light. So actually, we didn't shoot a gray card at all. So as an example, let me switch off here for a sec. Oh no, I won't because it's in a different catalog. Never mind. Okay. I think that's better. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, way better.
Male part. I like the expressions. Anything else? I would definitely take this floating leaf out here. I take this pine cone out. This as well. Okay. The eyes are nice. I don't think you need to color do anything. Ah, why is it going backwards?
Oh,
Oh, sorry. I'm in develop mode, sorry. Oh, this is a JPEG too. Okay. That's why. Okay. Let's see here. Did I reject? Hold on. Sorry. Why is my thing acting all slow? Okay, this image. This is whose image was this? This is yours, Karina.
is that mine too?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't get a chance to send mine over to you.
that's okay.
It's been a busy day.
Thoughts on this image?
I really like the expression.
Yeah, no, it's a solid image.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm concerned about was, what do you think about that? Right, yeah, that part of his bandana and the tip of
Gone.
his ear.
Bandana right here, I would remove.
Okay,
Okay. It's God. My computer is not like working on JPEGs, obviously.
and then that little tip of his ear. What do you think about that tip on his ear?
Well, if you're going to remove this first, I would also remove this brass ring, which is part of the collar. Okay. And then you're talking about this tip of the ear?
Yep.
Yeah,
What do you mean remove it?
I think you have to leave it. That's part
yeah.
of
I was just wondering what.
Where you,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to be like, where's my dog's ear?
Yeah,
Yeah, don't remove it.
That's part of who he is.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like at least from this angle, looks like someone's been chomping on it. Uh, Mouth-wise, tongue. Sometimes I'll remove some of the saliva. Saliva is not necessary. Okay. Just remember that. If there's deep grooves or something distracting, I'll fix those. If there's big white spots or like weird highlights or pieces of food or grass, I'll take those out. Yes, you want to spend a lot of time in your dog's mouth. Like I would take this little thing here. I'd leave the whites. Nose seems fine. I would probably take this little thing out here. But overall, good
so
shot.
just really clean them up.
Yeah, and some of the, I think right here, I might clean up some of that. Maybe some around here, just a little bit, but good shot. Okay.
How's the back? Is the background okay? Is it not too bright?
Yeah, do you guys see anything wrong with the background?
Not really.
I don't mind it. I like it.
Maybe this. Yeah, I wouldn't. This little bright part here, my mentor would be like, "Why you have a bright part?" No, it's fine. Maybe a little bit too much foreground, maybe. But yeah, other than that, you really can't do anything about the foreground because you're going to cut too tight here, or you're going to have to change the ratio. Uh, you may
Is the
want to give
squares?
a little more to the left side, just a teeny bit. But yeah, good shot.
Is square shot okay for something like that?
That was your choice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, this was yours as well, or is this
No.
That was mine.
It says
okay?
Pete.
So, so Pete, the only thing I would say here is you've got almost half an image of grass,
Yep.
or a third of an image of grass, right? Do you miss the grass?
That was hold on here. That was a DNG. That was this has no editing. This is just the raw
Oh, okay.
file.
Let's go look at the. Let's see. Do we have the raw file?
So I did not edit that one at all.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So
So
that would be
mine
my recommendation. Uh, look to see if it needs straightening. Does it need denoise? I would probably denoise it. Just you're at 720. Not to say that's horrible and you can't work with that. You're at 250, so there's no motion problems. You're at F8. I'm just going through, this is what my mind goes through. Okay. You might go, man, this guy's psycho. I I know denoising everything is not necessary and grain is good. I get it. Some images I won't do it, but at least I'll set a baseline. So if I need it, uh, oh, sorry. How are the eyes,
Nice and clear.
nose, mouth.
Mhm.
This is a clean puppy. Ears, whiskers. I will take whiskers off. People never notice. Um,
Can you go back up? Looking at like the eyes and the ears, especially like the ears.
sorry.
Um,
Hold on. Sorry to make you sick.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So here's
Are
this ear.
are they a little, is it the ear that's soft, like normally, or should that have been like a little bit higher
No,
f-stop?
no, these are nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind. Well, it depends on the ears, but
Yeah, because some dogs have velvety ears, so they're
there's
soft, you
there's
know.
probably not 6 or 7 inches from tip of nose to ear.
Mm-hmm.
He's at F8 and he's probably what, 30 feet away, 20 feet away?
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think that's yeah, because if you look at his eyes to his tongue,
Mm-hmm.
right, that's kind of the area that I'm most interested in. And the tongue's sharp.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, this is all sharp. Bow ties. If you're being really picky, you may rotate that over to here. I want to talk about a lot of work, but that's beside the point. As my mentor would say to me, is like, why didn't you notice that in the first place? Okay.
she kept it was kind of funny because she kept rotating it around every time that
Yeah.
reposition the dog. I would have her just to keep them consistent. I would have her just slide the bow over to the side, so they were all of them were done that way.
Okay. Crop wise. Yeah. I mean, there's very little work here. The lighting's good, right? Maybe a little vignette over here or, darkening. Okay. This shot, do we like this shot?
I like it. It's an action shot.
Other
It
feedback?
looks like somebody's getting ready to launch.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do like it because I love the expressions.
I love the expressions. I really wish they were looking at us. The one thing I would definitely be careful on this one when you edit is making sure your fence line. Yeah, that's pretty good. Um, yeah, I mean it's a very good shot. I just wish they were looking 25 degrees closer towards us. Okay. Thoughts on this is this edited or unedited? Karina?
I think this is edited. I'm not sure.
Okay. Looks like
Yeah,
there's a couple of them here. Are they all the same?
yeah, these three look like they're the same.
So this is, yeah, this is let's see here. This is the raw. Okay. Um, keeper or not keeper, everyone?
I don't know that I would keep it.
I think he has better ones.
Okay. The one thing I would also be very careful about, fairly high ISO, not unreasonable, really fast shutter speed. So the question was, and I know this is hard, especially if you don't have two back buttons with two different settings like I do. Uh, one for action, one for not. 640 was probably way too high, and that's pulled up your ISO. Just be aware of that. Okay. What do we got going on here? He's
That's
such
a
a cute.
finished one.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
I love the Bristol. Okay, let's come on in here. Do you guys mind that we're kind of going through and
Now,
does this help you guys?
Oh yeah,
this case, I kind of like the knot too on this bandana hanging out. There's enough of it to both
Yeah,
both ends of it look
it, do-
solid. So
it doesn't look like another ear, you know?
yeah. It's attached still to the same collar. It's not sticking out from his head.
yeah,
Let me see something here. I'm gonna small little tweak, probably nothing you'd ever need to do. Yeah, I like no, it's too close to the side. Okay, at least the eyes are on the thirds. Was there more space?
Yes,
Okay. It's not too tight, but
just a little bit more.
yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes I have a tense. I'm an overcropper, so I always have to pay attention when working with other people and working with other photographs. I've just been trained to like not overcrop, and I will overcrop a lot of stuff. So yeah, the eyes are beautiful. Look at the depth of field here, right? I do nothing with the eyes. A lot of people say, yeah, you need to make the irises, well, not the irises, the pupils completely black, but that's that's reflection from the sky. Um, maybe this, maybe that right there. And I'm not sure if more room, top and side, but that's all hard to tell. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Looks like there's three of these. Okay, they're all the same. Keeper, not keeper.
I would keep, but I would recrop it in some kind of way. I mean, he's very centered. And I just
So
don't know if you know.
don't take this negative. And I have to tell myself all the time, what's the story this is telling? It's just telling a story about the tongue.
It's a whole lot of tongue.
It is.
Oh man, that's huge.
I I would probably leave this alone and keep going and look for others. I mean, the fence is okay. It's not telling a story. And I would be as critical to myself as I am saying here. It's a puppy with a long tongue, very cute. The owner might go, what may happen here is the owner may go, oh my God, that's his that's the expression he makes. And that's, oh, you've captured his heart and soul. Fantastic. So we could be totally wrong as a photographer. Okay. Because we don't know the puppy well. Okay. Um, I actually prefer this angle,
Yeah.
and it tells much more of a personality story. While it still has long tongue, ears are nice and tall, eyes
Great
looking,
eyes.
Yeah.
yeah, a little cockeyed. I would come in here. Let me show you what I would do. Let's see here. Okay, a couple things I would do. Let's go ahead and make a layer. Sometimes I'll just make a blank layer. Sometimes I'll make a full layer. The remove tool is my friend. Okay. I will do these in small batches. Let's get this out of here. Oh, that didn't work well. Okay. Just little things.
So you're just going over the whole picture, just looking for little distractions here and there.
Yeah, I probably don't like either one of those. All right. No one's going to miss them. Okay. This is on the edge. I don't like things on the edge. Okay. See how much cleaner that is now? Maybe even right here. Okay. I would definitely want to understand with the owner, hey, if the collar looks great and is adding to the story, fantastic. If it's half in and out and you really can't see it and the neck is all weird, uh, right? These are not custom dog tags, right? My preference would be I'd probably remove all this. So let me show you, or why don't you tell me how you would remove this and would you use the remove tool or not?
I would try the remove tool in Lightroom, but I found the tools in Photoshop are a lot better.
I would not
I
try this in Lightroom. Basi-
I would take a patch, I would copy a patch of fur, put it on top, and then layer it in, mask it in.
Okay. So yeah, you can use the patch tool, the clone tool, right? Because
Depends.
what you're concerned about here is let's come in and look at this detail here. So the first, I'm going to make this more of a pointer. So the first kind of coming like this, and then it turns a little bit and it's coming like this, and it gets a little blurry in here, right? And I don't think this is a JPEG. Oh, it is a JPEG. Okay. That's why. Okay. My first goal is I'm going to come in and I'm going to take small little sections. Okay. I'm going to leave enough around it, hopefully. Okay. Is that a natural dark spot, do you think?
Yes.
Given
I don't
all
know.
given
I
all
would
the other hair, I'm going to say no. So I'll come in here. I'm just using my judgment. Now it looks like a line there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's come back to that. Let's go ahead and take this out and see what it does here. Yeah, doesn't look horrible.
Okay.
Maybe I'll come back and adjust the color here a little bit. Okay. Does that look natural? And I will zoom way out and I'll zoom way in. Okay. We'll come back to that one. Here, I'll come down and I will just do little sections. Okay. I think I'm going to come and just do this whole thing because it bugs me. Okay. It may not love this because of this here, but we'll see. Yep, that's what I thought. So I'm going to come in here. Sometimes taking a bigger area and just letting it. Okay, so that replaced it. So this may be one. Let's come over here. And literally, sometimes I'll just, yeah, that worked great. Right? Is that good? That looks natural, doesn't it?
Good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll even close out Photoshop, come back and do the same area and it'll go perfectly. All depends on, sometimes it'll try to recreate things. Oh yeah, you start to see that crap. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Mm.
That this is all the nasties. That's not good.
So now you've
But
entered the clone tool time.
yeah, well, we're on a JPEG as well. So that's this side over here, like when we back it up, that looks as natural as could be, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yep, it is.
And this a little dark here, but I still think it's okay. This area it's struggling with. I'm gonna give it one more pass. Um, what I've also, okay, so let's talk about that. There's a small problem. You see the problem here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just that little line right there.
Yeah. Didn't like that. Actually, it fixed 90% of it. We're getting closer. It's still a problem. Okay. Um, let's talk about Mr. Penis here. So since I'm here, I'm going to take off some of that. It should do a great job on this. There we go. Now, that did an okay job. It's a little weird there. Um, okay, that looks more natural. So when you now, if you didn't know the penis was sitting right there, would you like go, where's his does it scream that we've sterilized the puppy or whatever
It it does look a little odd.
the okay.
I mean, something seems a little off, but I don't know what. But it's hard to
Yeah,
describe.
I can't tell you how many times I've done this and presented to owners and they don't notice at all.
Okay, good.
Okay, they're like, although there was one owner where we made the decision to eliminate from everywhere. Yeah, because it was, yeah.
So Andy, what do you think of that light spot in the grass?
Here,
Yeah,
um, I think I'm more concerned here. I don't, yeah. Would you guys fix the grass?
I tried to see what it did.
Probably.
Yeah. I'd probably leave it. I'd probably fix these up here more than I would fix that. Puppies outdoors, there's going to be different lights. That's all. And sometimes if I can't get this cleaned up in a way that's good, I leave it. Okay. Just because you can remove it doesn't mean you should remove it. Let's see, is this the edited one? So how would you fix the grass? What's your approach?
I would just in Lightroom, I like the I can't remember what tool it is there, but it does a pretty good job of cleaning it up.
Would you do a radial? Would you do a brush? Would you do a color range?
Oh, I might try a color range on that.
What about luminosity?
You could do that too. And then just refine it. Up
Where's,
top. There you
oh
go.
yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, that was on the wrong thing. I want to bring this down. Remove those. I haven't used the luminosity as now. I think we'd have to subtract. Yeah, I don't like the luminosity. Maybe I'm using it wrong too. So maybe just a little
Yeah, you could just hit the highlights with the radial filter and see.
how's that?
Perfect.
Better.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I don't like that approach either. I think color is going to be our best option, but I could be wrong. I'm always usually wrong. Uh, there's about 5 different colors in there.
Getting
You
closer.
can refine it though. You can use your
Yeah.
refine slider. Yeah.
Okay, at least it's off the puppy.
Yeah. And it's hitting most of the grass that you'd want to
Okay,
adjust.
so did they add the mixture in here yet? No, they didn't. I hate how they just gray the ones that affect the mask and they still leave all the other general ones here.
Yeah.
So you, because I like the mixture for this, but where's the mix? Yes.
No, the
So
mixer's not on the mask.
yeah, I know. I wish it was.
Yeah. But I
Okay,
mean,
so
you could
you
you
just
could do
want
a
to
couple things. You could
drop exposure.
Yeah, you could do that. Ugh. Oh, wait, don't go too far. It
Looks
gets pretty
muddy.
ugly. I
Well,
dropped the highlights.
let's see what that does. That makes it fluorescent. Okay. Highlights.
I usually do highlights and then I'll go to whites.
Muddies it out. See that?
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, so
What
bring
about
the whites back up a bit and then maybe go down and take your color temperature and bring it a little blue. See if you can kind of cut some of the
I'm gonna take it all the
yeah.
way and bring it back just to see what it does. That's not bad. You may want to you may just want to clone stamp it out.
Yep.
Okay. So that would probably be my choice. I just come in here and clone stamp.
Okay.
Okay. Let's come here. We're almost done. Okay. This is a no edit.
Yep, that's just a raw shot.
Okay. Um, I know this is really hard to tell when you're.
Yeah, it's a bad place for the tail, white tail.
Let's put it. You know,
Right.
it just is what it is. You wouldn't see that in camera. So, uh, the the question would be, hold on, come on, basic. Well, it's not showing. I'll just zoom in here real quick. Yeah, so the great thing about this is I just clone that back in and leave this, right? If you pull that highlight down a little bit, there's still detail there. So what I would do is I would leave all of this and I just clone that back in because that's blown. Yeah, I literally I would leave that bright. That's fine. You may even leave that, especially if they don't print it. Because if they don't print it, we don't care. Okay. Are the eyes sharp? Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, good job.
I gotta
Uh,
move pine cones though, because they look like poops.
yeah.
Oh
when
yeah.
I'm sorry, I have a big dog, so that's the first thing I think of. That looks like
yeah,
my dog's been there.
yeah. Definitely clean this up, clean those up.
Yep,
Come over here, do some cleanup over here. You may want to gen a little extra space here, right? Do
sure.
you know how to do that in Photoshop to generative expand the
Expand your canvas
yeah.
and
Have
then
you done
fill
that?
the. It's been a hot minute. I've done it before, but it's not something I do a lot of.
I end up unfortunately doing more than I want to say I do. Yeah, so I'll usually do less than an inch just for
Yep.
resolution. Supposedly they're gonna fix that at some point, and then I will just put a
Yeah, it does a great job.
okay.
Mhm.
Uh, there's probably more
Fix-
stuff to clean up, but all right. Um, the one thing as we get close to closing out here, the one thing that I am very careful to do in my images, this may not be your images, so take it as a grain of salt. I'm kind of a naturalist. I like things to look real, right? So am I putting in a lot of haze and am I putting in suns where suns don't exist with sun rays? Am I making things look light and airy when they weren't light and airy? Um, Now I have some of the skill sets to do that, but the way I kind of look at it is if someone's paying, and I know you guys aren't all going to be paid for pet photography, but just my perspective is if someone's paying me, they were there, they know what the scene was, they know what was real. And if it's one of those things where we agree, hey, we're gonna go a little more unique or fantasy or set a theme, that's a little different. So, you know, could you put a ray of sunshine coming through these branches, right? Could you put a fake sun in the, just bury a sun back behind here and have it more golden on the pup. You could do that. Um, cute. This might be a perfect one for a head swap. Just FYI. Um, I love all the detail, but I don't. Looks like he's gonna eat you, doesn't he?
Wild animal.
Maybe not.
It's not the friendliest expression.
Yeah.
Oh, happy dogs.
They are happy.
Happy dogs. Um, great shot.
Is that one you combined, Kirino?
No, I didn't combine them. They were all together like that, just like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, he got the moment.
They were happy to be together.
I would go ahead and let's check something here. Me just being anal and not all. So this is a fight that my wife and I get all the time. Okay. Is wood fences are not always straight and they're not always vertical. They're not right. This does not look like a very straight, well-produced fence, right? It's got some curve in it. I would probably expand this to give a little more room on this side. It's a little tight, same here. And then I would probably practice taking this puppy and dropping the face is on a different level, which is great. I would probably take this ear to about here.
Bring them down.
And bring that body, even if it overlaps the paw just a teeny bit, like we got close here,
Hmm.
they would buy that shot all day long.
Yeah, it'd be more uniform if he was a little bit over.
Yeah. All
They were all
right.
happy dogs.
Color cast. Did we talk about how to fix color cast?
No.
All right. So that's fine. He looks very yellow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to select, this is not the best example. We have another white dog to do this on, but we're going to select subject and I'm going to subtract out. Sometimes I'll use the brush. We don't want to change the color of the mouth. Okay. Uh, Actually, okay. And we don't want to change the color of the bandana. Okay. Why did the mouth go?
It's still selected or deselected.
Okay, why is it white? All right. Okay. What we're going to do is look at the saturation. Okay. And this is my first thing when it comes to color cast is I will play with the saturation slider a little bit. Okay. To make sure that the chest is not green and the paws are not green. Okay. So there's the before, there's the after.
Yeah, I can't see that.
Just just a, just a little bit. Yeah.
Hmm.
There was just something that was maybe I'm being picky. Let's go back to the white puppy. Uh yeah, there's not a lot of color cast here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Yeah, we worked on that one, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Human. And if you guys need a drop, please drop. But uh, I'm not sure if I have an opinion on this or not, but how's the composition?
Maybe a little kite on top of her head. But other than that, looks pretty good.
Yeah. Pete, you still there?
I am. I am. I have more room to play with. I I confess I'm a tight cropper by trade. I always cut out everything that I don't look at. But I do have a lot more photo to work with this one.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I think it looks good. I'm just looking at her. She looks like in the natural position. Okay, one of the things that I would probably do here, and let's just, if you guys have a moment, if you don't have a photo, you can use Liquify. Uh, actually, I probably want to use, yeah, I'll probably do this. Does everyone have a photo or used it or?
No,
Um,
Okay.
no.
So one of the things, and I'm not here to sell it on you, I'm just telling you what I will use. So she is not a large woman, but not a small woman either. Uh,
She just had a baby about 8 months ago, I think.
exactly.
So she's
So what I will usually do is just come
yeah.
and I might back it off a little bit, right? And smoothing of edges. Yeah,
Well, that's pretty neat.
yeah, does a good job.
right. We don't want to look fake, but I don't it it can be distracting, and now we're just kind of like, okay, take the edge off, I guess is the term I would use. Um, and for you to go do that manually in Photoshop, I mean, come on. This hair I would probably remove in Photoshop. Okay. Um,
I took a significant amount of scratches off her legs. She had some really good dog paw scratches around her leg. That's all I saw when I looked at the photo. So
okay.
those are gone.
Yeah, how did you do that?
I used the AI removal tool for them.
Okay. Let's go ahead and export this. I don't think there's anything else that we can't just simply do in Photoshop. And my goal here is just to give you guys some ideas of what just ways to look at things. That's all. Let's just take this to in all the Photoshop and Lightroom classes I've been through, they just tell you what they're doing, which just irritates the heck out of me. They don't talk through the process or how they got there or what their thought process was or why to do something. Uh, what do you think I'm going to do here? So much better. You see that little thing?
Yep, yep, yep. That looks a lot better. I never even noticed that, but as soon as you removed it, it's like, oh, I really
Oh,
should have noticed that.
I was gonna say there's one on the tip of the tongue.
yeah. So that's
This was a head replacement too. The
was
one
it?
where she was, yep, the one right above the collar. I I had two photos. The one where she was looking straight at me and smiling. The dog's head was kind of looking off to the side. And then I took one where the dog was looking straight at me, and I swapped heads.
Okay.
Pretty
Now,
good.
this is
Good job.
very, very good, but there's one thing I would say, not to be like totally douchey here.
No, no, bring it.
They will never know, if this was a client, they'd never know. Like when we give this to her, is did you do it right above the collar?
No, a little further up. I tried to leave all the fur right
So
where
this
you kind
this
of
is the way it was.
where you lose the detail. Wait a minute. I might have taken something out there.
The only thing I would remotely, and really the great thing is it's hidden by all the bushes here, is you got that sharp,
Sharp edge.
and that could have been natural. And if you had it just to increase the head or this area just a teeny bit so it overlapped the collar like it does here. But that's
Yep.
like totally like
I'm
when
gonna
you
I'm gonna go look at it right now.
when you look at the image, no customer, no one would ever know that. That's a great job. It's just me being douchey. Just forget it.
No, no, I appreciate those kind of comments. I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, dog's tail. What? God, the rubber on the shoes just looks so fake, but it's not. Uh,
Oh, where is she?
yeah.
So
Probably
this
the
one.
one thing I would do here, if it's a natural scar, right? Like something like a birthmark or something. And I'd probably use the patch tool instead, but there we go. Sometimes I'm a gen remove unless it looks weird, right? But you can't tell anything. Here's a little scratch, right? Maybe here.
Do you mind
Uh,
if I share my screen? I'll show you both the photos.
yeah. Let me stop sharing here.
Let's see.
Go ahead.
Let me know if you can see
Not yet.
anything.
No.
All right. I have two screens, so maybe it's just not coming up on the right screen.
Yeah.
Share.
Yeah. Permission to share.
Hmm. Oh well, it's not a big deal.
Okay. All right. Uh,
Sharing is not turned on.
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Nah, nope. That's your screen, not mine.
Okay.
So yeah, the collar is the way it is square. It is
Okay.
straight like that.
Then leave it. Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah, you should see her leg looks like a Wolverine. She got in a fight with a Wolverine, and so I was able to get those out of there.
Yeah. Anything that's not, and this is just Andy being really anal. God, doesn't look right, does it? I'd probably use a patch tool on that because it's sticking straight out at us.
Yeah,
The bracelet, probably leave it. Let's see here. Face wise, I know
I
this was
did. I did touch up the teeth a little bit. She had some really yellow, like between her teeth, so I whitened them a tiny bit.
okay.
Hopefully, not
Uh,
too bad.
yeah, sometimes it's remove tool has problems with teeth. That's all I can say. Sometimes I get it to work great. I would spend time to remove this string of hair. Um, just maybe, just, but yeah, it's a very good shot. All right. Is there anything else that you guys were hoping to have me do? Talk about things you want to add? Oh, we didn't get to the action shot.
Look at his face.
So I was pretty far away when he ran off. So I really did tight pretty cropply, and if you got really close to his eyes, they're not all that in focus. They're close, but not super.
Yeah.
But the grass, the face, the motion is kind of why I thought that would be a fun photo to give the client.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of those images that you may try to do a little upscale, but it can screw up and over sharpen and make it look crappy. Sometimes it is what it is, right?
Yeah,
And if you have a client, if like if it's just a JPEG and it's just digital and it's going to be, just shown digitally, fantastic. If they print it, right, then usually anything over 8 by 12 or something, I'd start to like really question and tell the client, well, let me go ahead and print it and see what it looks like. And if it's, and I have a chart that I finally found, which is really cool, that kind of tells you the print quality and degradation of quality based on the file size and pixels per inch. So you can pretty much say if it's going to come out fair or good or great. Um, but yeah, no, that's a great shot. Okay.
thanks.
Anything else you guys were hoping to cover, want to cover?
Can't think anything offhand.
Was this what you guys were expecting? Was this helpful?
Yes, very
Yeah,
helpful.
it was. I think the thought of introducing lighting was would be completely overwhelming to me. So I'm glad that we didn't do that at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Using the gray card is something I should have forced, so I feel bad about that. Um, I brought lights and I also had reflectors, but I didn't see any real scenes that needed them per se at that time. Um, so no, these are all really, really good. Now the question would be is I'll probably reach out to you guys individually and see which ones we want to give. Do we have images of every dog? Yes, we do.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And Andy, I forgot to email some over to you. It was a pretty busy day.
That's okay. It's all to you.
Um,
I didn't tell them when they would get images.
and even though, yeah, um, yeah, I mean, some of the ones I have, you can definitely tell, phone versus camera, sharpness in some of the areas, but some of them aren't terrible.
Well, no, I'm sure
But
you.
but
Yeah.
still, some of your phone photos, they came out awesome.
Yeah, no,
They
I'm
were very
sure.
nice.
Until you zoom in.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they still look good though.
so what I would probably ask if you guys want to take either say yes or no individually, I don't care either way. If you want to, I would make sure you go back, at least have 3 images fully edited and exported at least 2 meg, uh, 22 or 24 across, um, set for screen on your export, 300 dots per inch. I don't want to give them small JPEGs. There's no need to. right? Because if they do want to go print them, and I'm not gonna, if they want to take them to Walmart, they can take them to Walmart. It's totally up to them. Um, they spent an hour and a half with me ahead of time, and then 2 or 3 hours yesterday. So if they want to print them, or if they want prints, then I'll print them for them. Um, but the files have to be large enough. So Carino, you sent me 500 meg file, 500K files. Finish your edits. At least each of you send me 3 images that are at least 1.5 to 2 megs, 300 dots per inch. Is that reasonable?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. You have my email address. Just go ahead and I think everyone knows Google Drive, and just say final images on the email, or the when you notify me. We don't have to give them a ton, right? But I want to give them at least, 3, 4, and then I will finish editing mine. And maybe some of the stuff we covered today will add to your editing. So that's all I got.
So Andy, again, so the ones I sent you, they're not big enough. They
In
need to be
JPEG
bigger.
form, no, yeah, they were only 500 meg.
And
So
not don't send them in JPEG.
no, JPEG's just fine. Send
Okay.
them JPEG. Make sure that you're at least 18 1800 pixels across width. The file size should be at least a meg to a meg and a half, and 300 DPI. So do full quality. So there's a
Okay.
couple ways in Lightroom to do it. If you want help, let me know. You can do the quality slider and say 300 dots per inch and just export. That's probably the cleanest and easiest. Or if you want to be a little more precise, you can start to do pixels per inch. Um, there's a couple philosophies there. So I just want to make sure they're big enough that when they get them, that they can print them if they want.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Other questions?
No, I think you did a great job. I got a lot out of this, and it was a whole new challenge that
Yeah, that's
I've
for sure.
I've never done. Like, I've never even really gotten out the big camera for my own dogs, because of course they won't pay attention to me. They want to run from me and torture me. But it was interesting working with other dogs. Don't have I don't have that connection to, and trying to figure out body language and what kind of mood they were in. It was an interesting experience, but a good one.
Good. All right. And I may be reaching it. Oh, Elaine, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Can you send me your contact information? Um, I want to collect a little feedback on kind of yesterday and today. So
Okay.
I'll probably just email you guys. Uh, and then, yeah, and then I'm going to collect a little bit of feedback on the initial session as well. So I'm always an iterative improver. So,
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I said, it makes me want to get out there and do it more now.
okay. Well, hopefully there's one or two good takeaways. So,
Oh yeah, but it's- it, I'm ready to start using some of this stuff already.
all right, guys. Well, have a great night. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Andy. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Also, one thing, Andy. How would you like to get paid? Check,
Oh,
Vimo,
yeah,
Venmo.
just yeah, what I'll do is I'll send you a quick invoice. I just need the amount. So just
Okay.
shoot me the amount and I'll send, and I need the address. Uh, yeah, I need, how the business, who to send, just, yeah, the address, and then,
It'll be the
uh,
photo club address or Bruce's address, I guess.
okay. And then just text me the amount and then I'll create an invoice through Quicken, and it'll come by email.
Okay. Yeah, you could pay a PayPal, uh, Venmo,
Yeah,
whatever you
it
want.
has a bunch of options for you. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I made the mistake the other day doing a dojo portrait session with a bunch of people using Square, and I had to go rectify that and go create Quicken invoices and yeah, so I just got to remember do everything in Quicken first so it makes my life easier at the end. All right, thank you everyone.
Okay.
See you
Thank you,
guys.
Andy.
Thanks, Andy.
Bye.
You guys have a good night. Good
Take
night.
care.
Bye bye.
Bye.